do it.
Don't do what, babe?
Boo.
Hey, what's up, fam?
Really, boo.
Yes, really, babe. Hey, we coming to y'all real quick just to say something. Just wanted to say we survived the blizzard of 2016.
We need to answer a question.
We will answer a question.
Man, I already know the question we need to answer.
All right, so what's the question? Well, we survived, y'all, but let me just say the reason why I'm saying we survived. A couple of nights ago, when the storm was coming down real heavy, my wife, she was like, oh, I feel the urge to push. And so the snow is pounding outside, it's hitting the ground, it's hitting the house, it's, just hitting the pavement, the cars and everything. And our street is continuously getting piled up with snow. And she talking about like, I feel the urge to push. And so I'm like extremely annoyed and just even annoyed and perplexed by the whole situation. Because
you were annoyed
I wasn't annoyed. I wasn't annoyed by you, but I was annoyed by the situation because we hadn't done no shoveling, or I hadn't done no shoveling. She ain't getting out there to do nothing, but I hadn't done any shoveling. The snow kept on coming, and I'm looking at the news reports and I'm seeing that like the highways and stuff like that are like shut down, y'all. So I was like just scared. I was scared. Like I'm not ready. Number one, to have the baby right now, but number two, I ain't ready to play Mr. Midwife. I ain't ready to do that. And so,
he ain't told me when he gonna be ready to have a baby. All he just keeps affirming in the atmosphere is, no, I'm not ready. We not ready. I'm not. I said, don't say we not ready. You not ready. Okay, well I'm not ready. I'm I'm like, dude, when are you gonna be ready?
I told her I'd be ready in a week.
That's just some little artificial thing.
I'm holding on to like February the 9th is the due date. But yeah, I was significantly worried this weekend. Just really hoping that we made it through. And guess what, y'all? We made it. The baby is still in the belly right over here. And the missus, she's holding on strong. So we got another 2 weeks to go. And actually, y'all, she showed me this video last night. She showed me a video of women who actually have induced labor by dancing. And then so she says to me, let's get up and dance.
A lot of them have.
Let's get up and dance. I'm like, pump your brakes, boo. Slow your roll. Again, I'm not ready yet. I need 2 more weeks until I'm actually ready to give the birth, or to assist you in giving the birth to Allende. And so she actually said she want to do a couple of other things to try to induce the labor, but I'm like, babe, we got wait a minute. We got to pump our brakes just a little bit because Allende, he ain't ready to come out yet.
Easy for you to say. You ain't carrying him around. But let's move on to the question.
Okay.
There's a real quick question that came in. Excuse me. And this is a husband who said that this was actually, this question came in around the Kwanzaa season, and he wanted to know what our thoughts were about this. Basically, what he said is that he wanted to celebrate Kwanzaa. He wanted his family to celebrate Kwanzaa, and his wife wasn't really feeling it, and didn't think, I can't find his exact letter, but didn't think that it was something that was, I guess, good, and thought that it conflicted with, maybe she thinks it conflicts with Christmas, or with celebrating Jesus and the Christian faith, or something of that nature. She was just not feeling it. So he wanted to know, should he, continue to push it and pursue that, because he thought it was important in terms of cultural awareness, identity, celebrating, our heritage as Black folks, that kind of thing. He wanted to do that for his family, or should he just let it be? So, you want to give some commentary on that?
It's really interesting because a lot of people feel this way. It's not the first time that I've heard that sentiment. And, it's a good number of Christians who actually do practice Kwanzaa. And it is a good number of people who feel like, anytime you're bringing ritual into just the atmosphere, into your relationship, into your family, that you're doing something that's quote-unquote ungodly or unchristian. When the reality is that, Christians definitely have a set of rituals that they engage in on a monthly, on a weekly, every Sunday basis that, helps to enhance not only the quality of your spiritual life, but hopefully enhance the quality of your family life as well. So, to engage in both can definitely coexist. And so what I would encourage you is to really speak to the principles of Kwanzaa. The principles, they emphasize the unity. They emphasize the collective work and responsibility. They emphasize the self-determination, the faith, the creativity, the purpose, and just all of that, the cooperative economics. And so when they lift all of those pieces up, really it's everything that we should be striving for on a regular basis in our families anyway. Whether or not you're a Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, traditional African, you practice a different traditional African spirituality, these are all principles that should resonate within your faith in the first place. So just because it's called Kwanzaa I mean, you're probably already practicing it, but it's just not called that. And so, if your wife is, having some issue with actually practicing officially Kwanzaa, I would just lift up that, in many ways, we probably already do it. And in doing it, let's just make it formal because it's only going to strengthen the family. When we do our Kwanzaa celebration on a yearly basis, our children, they actually get down and excited with the fact that we're doing Kwanzaa. They pull out the djembes, they race to light the candles, they, we sing songs and we tell stories and we do our vision boards and, our kids are like just hype. They're amped about the fact of practicing Kwanzaa, so it's definitely a way to unify the family and to add some sense of purpose, some sense of direction to where you want the family to go.
And so I'll just add to that most people fear what they do not know. And most judgment and rejection of things or people or situations that come up for folks usually has to do with some level of ignorance. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or anything, but it's a not knowing. And it's judging things based on the surface or what things look like. I remember back in the day, my husband and I, when we were dating, we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and he had a I don't know what it was, but it was like a little satchel kind of thing. It was a real small little thing around his neck. It was red, black, and green. And it wasn't nothing but just to like put money in or something like that, or, put some chapstick in, something just to carry, right? So he had it around his neck. He came in the house and his mother said, "And what is that?" And I was amazed because, his mom is a God-fearing Christian woman, but her assumption, I can't speak for what her assumption was.
I'm talking about my mom's.
Shut your mouth. I can't speak for what her assumption was, but what I know is that she associated with that something that was, a lot of times we go to this place of, what is that stuff you dealing with? What is that? It's red, black, and green. It's a satchel. You got some powder in there. What you doing? Some old, voodoo spooky stuff, or whatever. And that wasn't the case, It was just something he picked up from the store. So again, people make judgments based on, just surface kind of symbolism. And so the best way to be able to really help people to see clearly is to really go and do some studying and make sure that you're clear about what Kwanzaa is. Make sure that you know that, Kwanzaa was started in 1966 by Maulana Karenga, and he started it as a non-religious holiday. It is not meant to be religious. It is not meant to compete with any religion. It's not meant to do any of that. So for folks who get concerned about the fact that it's taking on some religious kind of substitute for their faith, well, that's not the case. But it is very profound, and it does have very profound principles, and many of those principles might or should in some way resonate with folks because it is, focusing on faith. Because for black folks, no matter what religion you practice, for black folks, we're spiritual people. So faith is one of the principles of Kwanzaa, because wherever you find yourself in the diaspora, we're going to be some spiritual folks or some religious folks, and those are two different things. But so I think getting educated, making sure you're educated, and then educating your wife by having conversation, talking about it, letting her know you think that it's important and it has some real good value. It's the way you do anything. So this video is not really even just about answering about Kwanzaa. We can speak to it specifically because we do practice it in our family, and we do know the value and the power of it in terms of helping our children and ourselves to stay rooted and affirmed in who we are as people of African descent, and to embrace our history and to continue to stay connected to all of the things that we as black folks have done. So we can definitely vouch for it. But at the end of the day, whether we're talking about Kwanzaa or we're talking about any other new experience for your family, what you have to realize and what you have to do is talk, negotiate, educate, share your feelings about it, and not stop at that initial conversation of rejection, but say, hey, can we schedule some time to sit down and rap about this a bit more? I want to share some more about it with you, and hopefully through that mutual sharing, you all will come to a place of mutual understanding and decision.
As always, y'all, I'm trying to get back to my Chick-fil-A nuggets. Our children keep on calling us, so we're going to tell y'all to stop playing.
I'm going to answer right now.
And keep on pushing.
Peace.
Peace.